On April 1st, 2021, I ditched a career I absolutely hated to better myself and do the things I've always wanted to do. And that included my growing love and obsession with Ireland. I want to learn everything: culture, history, mythology, music, and the language. Which, if I'm being honest, looks really hard to learn, but I'm going to give it the old Smith try. Then, of course, there is my love of pubs and the role that they've played throughout history, and no better example of that than on that beautiful, beleaguered island in the North Atlantic, Ireland. April 1st, 2026, I depart for the Emerald Isle, and for 1 year, I'll hike town by town and conduct interviews with pub owners, pub regulars, historians, town know-it-alls, musicians, and basically anybody that wants to talk to me. If you'd like to support the project and the journey, basic Patreon support is only $3 a month, but just liking a video or subscribing to the channel and following the journey is just as helpful. I'm always looking for volunteers to work as liaisons for the project too, so if you live in Ireland and know people, feel free to hit me up. This is a huge goal and I need all the help I can get. The Smitty Learns Irish podcast begins April 26th and will be my life's work. Thank you. And welcome to the Smit Hole, the What the Hell Everything podcast with Smitty. I am he, and here we are together again. Or maybe for the first time. You never know what the fuck is happening in your world. You don't know if this is the first time checking out a podcast. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You can always download that on your commute and take my ridiculousness with you wherever you go. Happy Weedness Day if you are on the live stream. Recording date and time, February 7th, 2024, 9:19 a.m. Back again doing me. Or I'm just ranting and rambling, man. Got some things to talk about, including, hands down, what might be the most embarrassing experience of my fucking life. I don't know. I don't know if there's got to be cameras. I'm not sure. The word of the day, reactions. Got the 420 break, a stoner rock metal reaction by request today, which is fun. Some patron requests for Laura, something, I think a comedy out of Ireland, which I'm kind of stoked about. And then Taylor's got a request coming up in a bit. And just, fucking rambling, man. All the talky bits get chopped up, edited, and released as the podcast, and then all the reaction stuff gets released individually to the tubes, if they make it that far. Maybe just Patreon. You never know. You never know what the copyright gods are going to do. So, let's do the word of the day. Learn some things, man. And let's get this input switched over so we can hear what the word of the day is. Get a piece of the action. Ugly Kid Joe. Massively underrated. And what the fuck? What was I doing? Word of the day. Let's learn some words. What does it mean? Do I know it? Whoa, there's no fucking way I know this word. I don't want to look at the pronunciation yet. It is spelled Quotidian. Take a fucking stab at it. Trying not to look at the pronunciation. It's directly under the fucking word. I'm trying to avert my eyes. Quotidian. Quotidian? I don't know. Let's give it a fucking look-see. Quotidian. I fucking nailed it. I think I might have inadvertently seen the fucking pronunciation, but...
Quotidian.
Yeah. Quotient of titties? Quotidian. I know that's not what it is. I'm a fucking asshole. What does this fucking word mean? Daily. I mean, your daily dose of titties. That's what I fucking said. Just joking. Daily. No shit. Okay. So I did get the quosha part of that right. I think I nailed that fucking root word. I'm a goddamn wordsmith. In my head, I got it. I didn't necessarily say that, but I fucking knew it. First recorded around 1300 to 1350. Comes from Latin quotidianus, daily, which is similar to quotity, every day. Quotidianus is formed from quat. However, many occur every, and do or die, a form of days or day. All right. The journalist's task is to uncover the hidden stories within the fabric of quotidian life and shed light on important societal issues. All right. Fucking A. I think I'm going to remember that word. I don't know if I'm going to be able to throw it into a practical sentence. That just feels like it's awkward to say. It's not going to be top of mind for sure. Quotidian. Quotidian. Okay. We learned things. Hopefully you learned things. And I talked at some length some podcasts ago about my shitty thumbnail, and it's actually because I smashed it in the car door. And it's now the old thumbnail, which is going to be gone, I don't know, within the next month probably, is starting to protrude from the base of the cuticle. It hasn't necessarily popped up yet, but you can see all the grody, fucking gross, dry blood in it, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's gross, I know. At least I'm not showing you a fucking picture this time. And it's just fucking terrible looking. At work, I mentioned it, when I talked about it before, but it's just, my full-time job, I'm serving food. I'm a server at a fine dining restaurant, and the food is wonderful, and it is great, delicious, and the presentation is part of the appetizing part of it. And it's less appetizing, I'm sure, when I'm handing people their fucking food with the thumb up right there in front of their fucking face, man. And I'm totally self-conscious about it because I just know it's not appetizing one single fucking bit. It's got to be the opposite of that. And I actually bought some Band-Aids because I'm just going to start covering it up. A bunch of them. Because when it starts to pop, I'm going to need something to cover it anyway so it doesn't get snagged, to protect it. You know what I mean? And I was so fucking self-conscious at work the other day. I was putting food down for this couple. Just inadvertently saw my fucking thumb when I put the food down, and I just angled my thumb like this to kind of hide it, and fucking pulled my hand up and hit the toothpick sticking out of this beautiful filet mignon. And it goes, it fucking hit the floor, and I'm like, I'm really glad I've worked on my anger issues. Especially the last several years, because I wouldn't have freaked out, I bet, in this scenario and just said fucking piss fuck or any of those things, or kick things or anything, because there was people right there. It's fine dining, but the inclination to do so is less. You know what I mean? Where I just took that breath and they saw it. They could tell. They were totally cool about it. I had to go run and get another steak on the fly. Fuck. But I was just like, in that moment, I was just like, sorry, guys. Here's your steak. I'll go get the other one, and it'll be just a few minutes. And I picked that fucking steak up off the floor, and it just like totally affected my job. I got to start covering it up. Cover it up. Cover it up. Nobody wants to see that shit. Oh, my God. I can't wait. It's like, now I'm just thinking about it. Somebody actually fucking said, and I think I've had 2 to 3 people say this now about this fucking thumbnail, because it's just like there's dried blood caked inside of the fucking fingernail. You can just, it looks like fucking nightmare. And there's people that have said, do you, or have you thought about, do you want to drill into it and release that blood? I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. Why would anybody? I guess there's some fucking psychos that feel like they need to do that. That is not me. I'm not going to drill into my own fucking thumbnail and just to release the blood. It'll come out at fucking some point. So now it's just dried and like caked in under the fucking thumbnail. But you can see where it's receding under it, and there's the dried blood underneath it. Fucking yucky. So gross. Just one of those things. And then I cut this other thumb, and I just feel like I'm falling apart. I probably have tennis elbow, I think. I'm just like, ow, every day. Ow, shit. What's the name of that band again? Gallus? Fucking A. I did save it to all 3 playlists. The fucking trifecta, by the way. I finally started watching Tubi, and simply because I finally decided to watch Studio 666, the Foo Fighters horror movie, you know? And I honestly, when I was doing movie reactions, I had thought about doing that as a movie reaction. But I just put it off, and then Taylor Hawkins died. And then I was like, oh, I don't want to fucking watch it, because I know he dies. That's the whole premise of the movie, is that Dave Grohl gets possessed and kills the whole fucking band. So you kind of know what's going on, happening going into it. But fucking Taylor Hawkins dies in the movie, and I'm just like, man, what a fucking bummer. I don't want to watch him die. And it was a pretty fucking brutal death scene, and I just couldn't get that out of my head, that vision, when I fucking saw that, you know? But by and large, it was a fucking fun-ass, totally stupid horror movie, you know? You knew it going in. You knew it was going to be ridiculous with the Foo Fighters in it. But all sorts of, like, awesome, like, cameos, like Kerry King from Slayer was in it, what's his name? Will Forte with a fucking fantastic death scene. All sorts of fantastic, just the most gruesome death scenes you can possibly imagine. It was just funny and campy and fucking fun. But then, I went on Tubi a couple other times. So I'm like, oh, there's some fucking pretty good movies on here. They play ads, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I can wait, you know. I'm an old school fuck. I grew up with 3 fucking channels. You would click, shrunk to the next one and sit through all the shit, you know. It's whatever. But it's so funny because that was the only movie that fucking Foo Fighters horror movie was the only movie I had watched to that point on Tubi. And the whole fucking algorithm on it was just like, oh, you must want to watch every fucking single shitty fucking horror movie that has ever been made. And I'm just like, man, you have to sift through like fucking 20 shitty movies just to get through anything good. So I'm trying to, like, now I've watched a couple movies on Tubi. I'm trying to get that algorithm in. Watch fucking New Jack City, Hustler, Hustler. And then, you know what fucking movie I watched last night on Tubi? It was the first time I'd seen it since the last time, which was, I don't know, probably 15 years ago. When it first came out. When the fuck did that movie, Secondhand Lions, came out? I think I saw 2008. It's got Haley Joel Osment, who was like, during the filming of this movie, they caught him just like at the right puberty time, where like he had like the old kid Haley Joel Osment voice. By the end, he had the like deeper Haley Joel Osment voice, and his voice was cracking in it. And that's, you know, so it is one of the fucking greatest movies I've ever seen in my life. And I watched it like twice when it first came out, when I first saw it, and I fucking loved it. And I was like, man, every once in a while, I was like, how many more times can I just come up on a movie that I know I love and I know I like want to buy, because I like to buy movies. It's like, I know I like all of my fucking movies that I've had in DVD and Blu-ray, and I gave a lot of those to my nephew when I moved, because I just don't want that shit anymore. I just strictly digital at this point. I'm just like, oh, I just love every once in a while going, oh, why don't I own that fucking movie? You know, Secondhand Lions, Michael Caine, Robert Duvall. Michael Caine with a pretty fucking good Texas accent, by the way, in that movie. And it's just rad. It's like these 2 old dudes who take in their nephew, their great nephew or whatever, I think. And they're just these old hardcore fucking World War I and World War II veterans that kind of take him in and show him the way. And it's like, for fans of like Calvin and Hobbes, I don't think it's based on necessarily that at the end. I'm not a spoiler alert or anything if you've never watched it. But if you watch it, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Like, fans of Calvin and Hobbes would really love the fucking cool payoff at the end. And it's just one of those where I don't hear people talking about it that much. And I watched that movie, and god damn it, it's so good from like front to back, and so fucking real, and not real. There's kind of like a fairy tale aspect to it, but it's like, it's just fucking good. It's so fun. I'm just like, wow, man, I never hear anybody talking about that movie, Secondhand Lions, enough. Totally watch that if you have never watched it. So I bought that shit. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, Tubi. Let's play Just the Tip. Saved for future production. Anybody on the live stream? I think there's a couple. Thank you for being on. Got a suggestion? Let me know. For anything at all. I fucking say it like that. Anything at all. I seriously am trying to recover mentally from this. I think it was Monday. Pretty sure it was Monday. Went to the grocery store, and I was really fucking stoked to discover the Bel Air Family Fare. Because nothing against the grocery store or the Family Fare here. Family Fare is for the millions and not millions of viewers or listeners from around the globe. Family Fare is a grocery store. It's a chain of a fairly local chain, regional chain of grocery stores. And the one here in town in Mansalona is like so fucking small. It's always packed because it's the only grocery store. There's always only one lane open. There's no self-checkouts, and you're just always standing in line. And it's just the selection as well is not great. You know, nothing against the store. It's just small. I get it. Kalkaska is about the same, and that's about 15 minutes away. But then Mr. Dave Runyon's like, dude, go to the fucking Bel Air Family Fare. Dude, it's big. The selection's great. I'm like, all right, I'll go there. And sure enough, man, it was like back in Travers, you know, where there's spacious and there's selection and there's a lot of things to get, you know. And I was just feeling great. Walked through there, getting what I needed, got some stuff for some steaks and things, and fucking cashed out, got the things, walked out to my car, and I'm like, where the fuck's my car? I was like, oh, man, it was fucking over here. It must be behind that car. And I fucking went over there, and fucking car wasn't there, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, man, did I park fucking on the other side of this fucking semi? And I had to beeline around this fucking semi and fucking S-turned around this motherfucking car is not there. Where the fuck is it? And I'm looking around, and I'm like, my fucking car is gone. And I'm just like starting to freak out. And at this point, I had done like 2 to 3 loops around the fucking parking lot. And I was like, fuck. And I was just like, I was certain my fucking car was stolen. And then inevitably, you know where I'm fucking going with this. I had parked in the front, and I never park in the front. I always park in the back. And my fucking stupid brain just thought that I had parked in the back, and I was hidden behind this fucking van that was parked in the front. I just like totally went past it thinking I was fucking, and then when I was doing the loop, I wasn't going around that fucking car. But I bet you, I don't know if it was fucking 5 minutes or not, but I was just fucking getting more and more pissed off and trying to not like seem pissed off outwardly. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because then I know I'm just drawing attention to myself. And I know this fucking car is probably here somewhere. I'm just a fucking dipshit. I know this at this point. You know what I mean? And there has to be fucking security footage of me just fucking wandering around this fucking gas station. And then when I finally fucking saw it, I was just like, oh, motherfucker. And just quietly put my fucking head down and fucking put my fucking groceries away. And then just to even make myself hopefully look better, corrected some fuckface's bullshit fucking carts that they put away. You know how like there's small carts and then there's big carts, right? Shopping carts. And then the corral that you put the fucking carts back in, there's one side is for large carts and then the other side is for small. Well, there's fucking 2 fucking small ones dinged like this, and then one fucking is all fucked up in there, and I just fixed those to make myself look better for the fucking asshole that I looked like. There had to have been, I don't know. I know that there was people in their car because I could see them. And I'm sure they were staring at me fucking wandering a fucking round. That's easily the most embarrassed I've felt in a really fucking long time. Like it wasn't, I don't know if it was as bad. I bet you probably
When the fuck was it? 20-ish, 2017, 2018 maybe. I was going into work at the radio station, and I stopped at the Walgreens on the way to my house, or on the way to work. And went into the fucking Walgreens and came out and got in my car, and I was just like, oh, fuck, this is not my car. Somebody left their fucking car door open. I'm glad there was not like a kid or a dog in it or something like that. Oh my God, what a fucking nightmare that'd be. But it's just the ultimate realization when you sit down and none of this is yours. You're like, oh no. And I remember I was so fucking pissed off, mostly at myself, which was making me lash out at everybody because I posted about it, and the way I worded it made it sound like I went off and stole it. I said, hey, got in somebody else's car on the way to work. I should probably go home now. Something like that. Making it seem like I drove away. And I'm like, no, I didn't fucking drive away with it. People were giving me all kinds of shit. I'm like, I didn't fucking drive away with it, but I was pissed off at myself, which was making me lash out irrationally. I think on the radio I was yelling at everybody that were giving me saying I stole the fucking car. Oh my God. Just wandering around that fucking parking lot, just knowing it's there somewhere. that was the worst part. Was I know it's here somewhere. You know what I mean? Where the fuck is it? It's not. I went on like the far fucking end. I'm like, did I park way the fuck back here? No. Well, fuck. I'm like, well, that's an Equinox. I don't have a fucking Equinox. That's a Jeep. I have a fucking Ford. I know it's here somewhere. And I just was like, what the fuck? And I just walked up, and my fucking car was right there, just on the other side of this van. Oh my God. I bet you, in my worst nightmare, there was probably fucking 10 people. No, I don't know if it was the most embarrassing moment of my life, because I was comparing it to when I was probably in 8th grade, and I was the new kid in this school. We had moved from downstate, and I fucking went to a class trip roller skating at the roller skating rink, and I had to go to the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom, and while I was in there peeing, this fucking girl walked in. And I go, excuse me, this is the men's room? And finished peeing. She walked out, and I fucking walked out, and it was the fucking, of course, the ladies' room. And it felt like a movie. It felt like fucking movie where all the fucking kids in slow motion were going, and I was like, oh God, I don't want to be here anymore. I was trying to equate that. At least there wasn't people like outwardly fucking laughing, but they were in their cars fucking laughing at this goddamn thing. You know? Son of a bitch. Oh boy. Which now sounds like the perfect time for your Fork and 420 break. Check your watch. How about you?
Hey. Smoke weed every day.
All right. Patron shout out. Speaking of patrons, I just saw that Heidi Joe, during that reaction, that Heidi Joe was on the Silver-Haired Fox on the patron live stream. You're killing it on every level this morning. I mostly pay you for endorphins, man. Thanks for delivering. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. She also said you can actually accidentally play that whistle banjo song again. I probably won't. But hey, that's gonna be a thing now with that band. So we'll hear more from that band for sure. But Heidi Joe, actually, I had this book sitting here, and I'm glad she came on the live stream, because when Heidi Joe actually dropped this off to me at the Smitty hole yesterday. Where the fuck is it? I can't see myself yet. There we go. This fucking thing. Oh no, what's happening? Mansalona in the 20th century. And it's a fucking gigantic book written by the Mansalona Area Historical Society. And it's fantastic, because I've actually been considering checking into Mansalona history a little bit while I'm here. I thought that could kind of be fun, kind of like prep for the Smitty Learns Irish thing, And it's a town I've lived near my whole life, pretty much my whole life, never in. But it could be cool. And my dad went to school here in Mansalona. So I'm going to give this to him probably first. I told her this, and but she said, hey, just let me know when you get to the slide story. I don't know what the fuck that is. I haven't looked for it yet. But I might take it to my dad first because he would really be interested in this book, and it might take me a long time to read. So he might get through it before I do. But I am definitely going to check into it, and it's very fucking nice of you. Thanks. She just shot me a message. She said, hey, I got something for you. I'm like, fucking swing on by. Very, very nice. And it's gigantic. It's like, you just saw it if you were looking at the camera, but it's fucking gigantic. It's a big-ass fucking book on Mansalona. And what the fuck is it? What the fuck is the title on it? First-hand account of life in Mansalona in the 20th century. And I'm just thinking, half of my life was spent in the 20th century. You made it sound, I had to, the first-hand account of life in the century I spent half of my life. It just sounds so old-timey. And now I'm like, oh, fuck, well, that's the thing that's made me feel the oldest and the longest in the oldest in a long time. Oh, my God. But that is awesome. It's a fucking really cool book, and I love it. Thank you. Also, patron Laura said, hi, Smitty. Have you ever watched the Irish comedy Father Ted? No, Laura, I have not. But I think I have heard about this. And I'm like, I want to check it out because I think it's a comedy. And I saw the title. I just happened to look up on YouTube Father Ted. And this is the first thing I saw. And the fuck is the name of it? What's the name of it? I hear you're a racist now, Father. And that makes me laugh because calling people racist is usually funny. If they are a racist, it's funny because it calls them out, you know? And then if they're not racist and you call them racist, a lot of times that's funny too. It's funny, especially your friends, you know, when they say something that's not racist and you say that's racist. But let's get this display capture going, and then we'll watch this. Father Ted, I know nothing about this. By the looks of it, is it a sketch comedy or not? I'm not sure. Let's give it a go. You're a racist now, Father. I hear you're a racist now, Father.
Dougal, look.
Oh, boy.
I am Chinese, if you please. Come on, Dougal, lighten up. Dougal, there were Chinese people there.
All right, yeah.
I mean, what is, I mean...
That's the Inn family. They're living over there in that old Chinatown area.
Chinatown there? There's a Chinatown on Craggy Island. Dougal, I wouldn't have done a Chinaman impression if I'd known there was going to be a Chinaman there to see me doing a Chinaman impression.
Why not, Ted?
Because it's racist. They'll think I'm a racist. I'm going to have to catch up with them and explain I'm not a racist.
Hello there, Father.
Hello, Colm. Out and about?
I am. Same as yourself.
Good, good.
I hear you're a racist now, Father.
What?
How did you get interested in that type of thing?
Said I'm a racist.
Everyone's saying it, Father. Should we all be racist now? What's the official line the church is taking on this?
Oh, no.
Only the farm takes up most of the day, and at night I just like a cup of tea. I mightn't be able to devote myself full time to the old racism.
Good for you, Father!
What? Oh, Mrs. Carberry.
Good for you, Father! Well, someone had the guts to stand up to them at last. Coming over here, taking our jobs and our women, and acting like they own a fucking place.
Own a fucking place.
Good for you! Good for you! I'd like to fucking...
Chinese he's after.
I am not after the Chinese.
I don't care who we get so long as I can have a go at the Greeks. They invented gayness.
Look, we're not having a go at anybody. I am not a racist, all right? God.
Frigging Greeks.
How's Mary?
She's fine. She got that job after.
Great.
Go on, go on, go on, go on.
No, seriously,
Go on, go on, go on.
It
go
is,
on, go on,
like
go
I said,
on, go on, go on.
fucking hilarious to call people out on their racism. Every single time. Because it's so inherent in cultures, mostly, all the time. In some way, shape, or form. And then when you realize it's in you, you're like, oh, shit. Oh, I just said fucked up shit, and I didn't even realize it. Oh, my God, I'm a fucking racist. That was fun. I would love to check out more from that, because that was 100% funny. And that is going to do it for the live stream today. That was fun. I had a good time. Talked about embarrassing things. Talked about self-conscious shitty thumbnails and, all sorts of things. Good rock and roll, good music. I had stuttering Smitty was going to say had a blast and had fun, and it came out, whatever the fuck it came out. My terrible, terrible words. But that's it. Thankfully. I'm out of here. See you on Friday.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody.
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys there. Bought a bar and get your face, huh? Get me paid, bitch.
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I love y'all very much. Peace out.
Good night, ladies.
What the hell? Everything